A very crisp Friday evening here in Seattle as Mariner fans excited about their ball club this year, making their way into T-Mobile Park to see this man right here, Robbie Ray, make his first start of the season as we welcome you to Mariner Baseball. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew on hand here this evening, game 2 of the season. And hopefully this is the first of about 35 starts for Robbie Ray. Let's take a look at the lineups that Robbie will face, the lineup he'll face from the Cleveland Guardians.
Now there's Stephen Kwan. He will lead things off for them. Jose Ramirez, a double in last night's ball game. He bats third. Josh Naylor will be the DH. He was at first, but DH not batting fifth in the lineup. And the former Mariner, Mike Zunino, in the lineup hitting eighth. And Robbie Ray, you can see what he did last year. 500 record, 3.71 ERA. That's over 32 starts. 189 innings, 212 strikeouts. So he still is able to pump some people out. They're leading the league a couple of years ago. Mentioned the Arsenal earlier. Take a look at it. Here is the four-seamer. Again, that's going to be at the top of the zone. Here's the slider, his best pitch. Sinker, I don't think we're going to see too much of that, or the knuckle curve. He's actually got a split now, so be interesting to see how he goes about his business against Cleveland, who he pitched very well against last year. And the defense. There he is. Julio out in center field. Of course, J.P. Crawford is at shortstop. Colton Wong is at second base. And Cal Raleigh will do the catching.
First pitch brought to you by First Tech Federal Credit Union. Here we go. Kwan, bunt attempt. That's a strike, and we're underway. Jordan Baker, home plate umpire, tallest umpire we have in the game at 6'7". Trip Gibson at first. Brendan Miller at second. Mark Carlson at third. Kwan, good hitter, good player. 0 for 4 last night. And as Mike mentioned, a lot of success for Robbie Ray against Cleveland last year. 2-0, 13 innings, 9 hits, no runs, 10 strikeouts, no walks. Gave up a 200 batting average. Check swing. Remember last year, Mike, when Robbie would be gone well, he'd have one inning that would seem to get him for the first part of the half of the season.
Yeah, first half of the season. We straightened it out.
What do you remember about those innings that would, that it seemed to come with pretty regular basis up high?
I think there's a couple. Obviously, he made a few mistakes in that inning, and that cost him. And the other part about it too is sometimes the baseball doesn't go your way, and I think there was some of that also. We'll hopefully get off to a better start this year.
Well, his spring was outstanding.
And talking to him, the spring, he talked about that, and basically what happened, you have to remember, he led the league in strikeouts 2 years ago. He threw a lot of innings, a lot of pressure innings for Toronto. Then it was a short spring last year, so he didn't get his regular work in. I think maybe that had something to do with it too.
Well, this spring, full complement of work. Found back, and Pete Woodworth talking about Robbie said he is throwing absolute fuel as his fastball has ticked up beyond 95 now. It's been really good. He is looking to get back to the playoffs. As you know, he had the tough go against Toronto and Houston. The Mariners going to be depending on him big time. Pitch up high, ball 3.
There's 96 miles an hour. We've seen the slider at 87.
Robbie was 6th in strikeouts per 9. 7th in innings pitched, 4th in strikeouts. He's a guy that's going to post. There's a lot of foul balls here. Tied for 3rd in games started. Tied for 6th in the fewest walks. Tied for 10th fewest earned runs. 3-2 to Kwan again. Swing and a miss. He got him. Good breaking ball. 1 down.
This is what you're going to see. EQC Tracer has that ball just off the plate, but he's getting that fastball at 96 will speed you up, and there's a slider just off the edge. Tough to lay off of it.
He's going to be careful to Ahmad Rosario. It's 5 for 10 against Robbie. Robbie in full and forceful and loud grunting on his exhale.
The whole time he's out there.
As he exhales upon delivery, and he works quickly. That's a good looking pitch right there. 0-2.
Yeah, it's the slider again. I mentioned opponents hitting just 189 off the slider last year. He'll try to bury it at the back foot of the right-handers, and he hit a spot just below the strike zone.
His motion looks even quicker than it was last year for sure. It's got really good rhythm. The timing looks like it's right where he wants it to be.
I mentioned that he has fastball in his back, and I think that gives him a lot of confidence.
I remember watching his first game, and I caught him the next day, and I said, "How'd you like the pitch clock?" "Love it. Working my inner Mark Burley."
Yeah, he told me that it was a big advantage for him.
When Tom Murphy was catching, or Cal, they get the ball back. By the time the ball's halfway to him, they've already hit the. Here's a long fly ball, and Julio staying with it. Boy, he read that beautifully on the slice off the right-hand hitter's bat.
Yeah, covered a lot of ground and made it look easy.
We're used to it now. I mean, it's another day at the office watching Julio out there. He's brilliant.
Gets a pretty good break on it, and the ball slicing away from him, so he had to cover some ground, made a little bit of adjustment, but no problem.
But Robbie was saying, as he's got the Dominican colors on his glove, read that slice really well. Robbie said he's got the next pitch before the ball gets back to his glove, so he's ready to go. He's just having a catch out there. Jose Ramirez, switch hitter, good hitter, got a double to right last night in the ninth against Munoz. He also got spun around like a top by Matt Brash in the seventh inning on a 3-2 pitch. This guy is a real deal. He may not get a whole ton of national publicity, but everybody in baseball knows what he's bringing to the table. Four-time All-Star, four-time Silver Slugger, MVP finalist.
Gives you the idea of the type of breaking ball that Brash had last night.
4-pitch walk. Ramirez came in 1 for 9 against Robbie. Today's SAP broadcast brought to you by the Laborers Union, 47,000 strong in the Northwest. Bring up Josh Bell, free agent signed a few months ago. There's a lot of pop to this lineup, and that's what they need. One of the teams that didn't get a lot of home run production last year. Bell, a big switch hitter. Ball one.
And the next pitch will be 20 for Robbie, so they're making him work.
Yeah, Quan with a long at bat, lead off things. Here's 1-0. Two out, one on. Just underway here at T-Mobile Park. 45 degrees. Robbie going with the short sleeves. We're going with overcoats in the booth. Did he go? Did not, says Trip Gibson. Josh Bell with Washington and San Diego last year. We saw him on a visit right before the All-Star game in Washington. And Robbie, pitch count mounting. He's behind 3-0.
You see him shaking his head, getting a little frustrated. Thought he was going to have a quick inning.
Three-0 pitch. Now 4-pitch walk. Back-to-back 4-pitch walks. So 2 out and 2 on. Cal going out for a few words.
Let's try to calm him down a little bit.
Cal going through the signs for the infield. Josh Naylor DHing tonight. He was at first base last evening, 1-0 for 3. careful with that pitch.
Yeah, a lot of sliders here in the first.
Here we go with the 0-1 pitch. Couple of men aboard here. Early threat with 2 outs for Cleveland. Good block by Cal. Back-to-back nights for Cal Raleigh. Robbie Ray last year 6-6 in games here at home with a 3.02 ERA. 6-6 in a row with a 4.69. Well, foul 1-2.
3 sliders in a row and 25 pitches here in the first.
Crowd offering up some enthusiasm. Crowd did a great job. Really affected Karinchak last night. James Karinchak out of the bullpen. And swing and a miss. Good rally. Got 2 quick outs. Labored through 2 batters, walking them, and then gets a strikeout to end it. We're going to get Julio when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. Mariners about to tee it up in opening week, presented by Front Door. Julio Rodriguez going to lead things off for the Mariners.
Last year's Rookie of the Year, picked up a Silver Slugger. Typically, that's where he's going to be, in that leadoff spot. Might have a 30-30 year in him this year. Ty France with a 3-run home run, including 3 hits in last night's ball game. Jared Kelenic also with a hit. He'll bat 7th. Cooper Hummel making his first start. He'll be the DH batting 8th.
Hunter Gaddis turns 25 years old on April 9th. 6'6", 250. Out of Georgia State.
Again, I mentioned it, just 7 1/3 last year. 0-2, 18.41 ERA. That's about as best his fastball is going to be. 94-95. He has a cutter that he likes to use.
Word is he might have been tipping some pitches, particularly the breaking ball last year, with part of his problems.
Well, you have to wonder. Giving up 7 home runs and 7 1/3. We'll see how long he goes tonight.
Talked to Terry Francona about him. He said he's still developing. He's got good stuff. He's young. He said if he pounds the strike zone with the fastball, he's going to have a pretty good chance. This one hit the opposite way. Down the line. It is off the fence. Julio digging for 2. He's going to have to hurry. And throws offline. He's in with a leadoff double. First hit of the season for Julio, who went 0 for 4 last night. Man, he blistered that thing last year with 25 doubles.
Well, he's going to get a 4-seam fastball. EQC Tracer has it on the outside corner, and it ends up right in the middle of the fence on a line. He had to hustle to get a double out of it. But he gets himself in a scoring position right here in the first.
Good start. Here's Colton Wong. Colton 0 for 3 last night, looking for his first Mariner hit. That's going to play to run. Julio coming around third. Manny waving him, then a late stop sign, but scores standing up. The throw from Gonzalez was not even close. 1-0 Mariners. First hit and RBI for Colton Wong.
Great to see the Mariners score here in the first. A little bit different. They had a tough time hitting with runners in scoring position, but there you go. He gets that breaking ball in the middle of the plate and hits a line drive out into right. And Manny's trying to make up his mind. He knows that Julio can get around the base. He's trying to stop him, but then Julio just speeds up.
About that extra gear all of a sudden. That kid is blessed. 1-0 Mariners is Ty France, offensive hero, and there's a violation. Pitch clock violation from Gaddis. The count goes to 1-0. Ty France, 3-run homer, opposite field last night. Goes that way, but this is playable for Gonzalez. One down.
We'll take another look at Gaddis. There's the four-seamer. We've seen that. He'll use the cutter often. Change up, occasional curveball. He's basically going to go fastball cutter. He's typically in the low 90s with his fastball. We've seen 95 already. He's amped up.
Teoscar Hernandez looks at a strike. See if Teo can get his first Mariner hit. 0 for 4 last night. Going 2. Gaddis out of Atlanta. He was born in Canton, Georgia. He's knocking around in the pros since 2019. Didn't pitch in 2020 because of the COVID season. Here's the 0-2. Did not go. 1-2. Teoscar, a great addition to the Mariner Ball Club. Tremendous power hitter. Up and in.
You see after the last pitch, the previous pitch, and pounding on his hip. He's trying to get himself to stay back a little bit longer. He's kind of drifting forward a little bit.
Gaddis in the rotation because Tristan McKenzie down with a shoulder tears major issues. Going to be on the IL for a while. That's a big loss. 2-2. Swing and a miss. 2 outs. First strikeout for Gaddis.
And he goes right back to the cutter again. EQC Tracer has it right to the bottom of the zone.
Two outs. Runner at first. Cal Raleigh. 1 for 4 last night. Infield pulled around to the right. As you know, no shifting. Pitch inside. Now hit a comebacker off of Shane Bieber, the starter last night. Got a base hit. Pitching was outstanding last night. Bieber
across the board.
6 innings of scoreless, hitless ball, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Luis Castillo, there were no walks from the Mariners. It's inside. The only walk was Karinchak with a walk to J.P. Crawford in the 8th inning. Cal's got a good count here. 2-0. One disengagement. He's got service at term as far as the Mariners are concerned. So you will see 3 throws over there. Says if you get him, he was going to go anyway. So
right.
If you don't get him on that 3rd pick. Fastball for strike 2-1. Pitch to Cal. Wong holds it first. Off speed pitch. Count evens 2-2.
Able to turn over a changeup.
Terry Francona. It was good to see. Terry said last night was the coldest he's ever been in this ballpark. So buckle up for more tonight. Runner goes. Popped up. Ramirez with an easy play. Mariners get one on the board. So they get a lead for Robbie Ray. 1-0 Mariners. Devil and a Colton Wong single as the Mariners in front early 1-0. Bring the family out right here to T-Mobile Park for Kids Opening Day this Sunday. 1:10 first pitch. The squad squaring off against these Guardians. First afternoon game of the year. All kids 14 and under. You're going to get a Luis Castillo t-shirt. So get your tickets at Mariners.com. 6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Guardians against Robbie Ray. Here's Oscar Gonzalez.
We'll see if he can have a couple quick innings. 25 pitches in the first inning. A couple of walks.
And back-to-back 4-pitch walks.
A couple of strikeouts for him.
He's flirting with some trouble. Swing. And a miss. A little tardy there. Gonzalez. Bright young players on this ball club. That stays 0-2. This kid had 3 hits against Tampa Bay in the wild card series last year, 3 for 9, and went 4 for 22 against the Yankees in the division series. And it's smoked up the middle. Juan can't get it. Base hit.
He's going to get a base hit. It looks like on a breaking ball. And a slider in the middle of the plate.
He stayed with it.
Yeah, he did. Some exit velo too. 111.5.
I've heard in conversations with people say that Gonzalez would be Yordan Alvarez light. Big tall kid. He's right-handed. Alvarez, of course, left-handed. Bunt and a good one.
Trouble
by Andres Gimenez, and everybody safe. Base hit. Cleveland will play some small ball, and they're very good at it.
Yeah, they typically last year they didn't hit a lot of home runs, so they tried to get many hits and manufacture runs. And Robbie, being a left-hander, falling off the mound towards the third base side, had no chance with the speed. Perfect bunt. Robbie, we all know Max pitcher, and he'll fall off towards the third base side, and so he took advantage of it.
2 on, nobody out, and here's Mike Zunino. Good numbers against Robbie Ray. 5 hits, 4 of them are home runs. Mike Z, the former Mariner, 0 for 3 last night, couple of strikeouts. Robbie behind 2-0. Big pitch. Missed inside. 3-0.
And a tough time locating his fastball. I think that's we were seeing so many sliders in the first.
Nino, a home run or strikeout. Most outcomes of his ABs, and that's a 4-pitch walk. 3rd 4-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded. 2 first pitch walks in the first inning if you're just joining us. So now single, bunt, single, and a walk have loaded them up. Gonna deal with Miles Straw. Straw speedy, not much, no power to speak of. Hit 221 last year, no homers, 32 runs batted in 152 games. But he'll slap it around, and he can really run. He does a good job covering center field. A career 2 for 9. Again, Robbie infield about midway. They come in on the pitch, foul back. What are your thoughts on that, playing halfway and then coming in on the pitch?
I didn't. When I was playing, we didn't do it very often. I didn't really like it too much. I'd rather just be in.
Popped up. Foul territory. Teoscar's got a good arm. He catches it in fair territory. Here's a throw. Did it hit somebody? And a run's going to score. And now that ball gets away. There's a throw to the plate, and head first slide safe. And the Guardians plate 2 on that play. How about that? So Teoscar came up throwing, and it hit the runner. I believe it was the runner at first. That was Mike Z. Mike Zunino. Here we go. There's a throw.
Because it looked like it was going to be a pretty good throw. Mike's going back to the base, right in the back.
That's what I thought.
Second run scores on an E9.
Yeah, I've never seen that play where it hits off a runner getting back to the base and then it deflects it and it's playing pinball the rest of the way.
Thanks, guy. I was hoping to get some sort of interference call right there, but it looked to me like it was clear that Mike was just trying to get back to the base. He didn't even see it hit him.
A couple of errors on that play, an E9 and an E1. Cleveland's got a 2-1 lead here, top of the second with one out. Zunino has advanced to third. Now the infield is up close. Back to the top of the order, Stephen Kwan. You know what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to slap it through one of the holes out there. First pitch strike. Statcast powered by Google Cloud. Last year the Mariners were 6 out of 7. Winning 6 out of 7 against Cleveland. Tight games. 3-1 here, 3-2 in a walk-off win, a 4-3 loss, and a 4-0 win. Then at Cleveland, 6-1 victory, 4-0, and then 6-3 win in 11 innings in that long rain-delayed game. 1-1. Kwan opened up the ball game, striking out on a 3-2 pitch. Infield, not at the outfield, rather not real deep. Julio shading towards left center. 2-1, and that's going to hang up in a long run for Teo, and he makes the catch, and Zunino can walk home and will. But Kwan gets the job done. It's 3-1 Guardians. His first RBI of the season.
And this will be on the slider. See the location, middle. Solid line drive, nice play. Mateo out in right field.
With 3 runs in on 2 hits and a couple of errors. Here's Rosario, flied out to Julio. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
And then this will be on a 4-seamer up out of the strike zone. High target, late swing.
All 2 strikes, 2 outs. Robbie ready with the 1-2. Up and in for ball 2.
Well, the other thing about it too is 45 pitches here in the second on its first start of the year. Sure, Scott having some conversations in the dugout about how long to go with them.
Bouncing ball, attacked nicely by Gino. Good play. That'll do it. The Guardians get 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, don't leave anybody, and they have a 3-1 lead. Through Wednesday, April 5, and don't miss your chance to watch Ty France and the crew square off against Shohei Ohtani and the Halos in an AL West showdown. Get your tickets at Mariners.com. Leading off for the Mariners, Eugenio Suarez will be followed by Jared Kelenic and Cooper Hummel. 6, 7, and 8 coming up against Hunter Gaddis. Just joining us, Julio on a 1-2 pitch, double to right. And then Colton Wong with a base hit to right scored him. Mariners had a 1-0 lead. Gino pops one up, coming in Kwan. So 1 down here in the second. T-Mobile customers get free MLB TV. Redeem now through April 3rd at T-Mobile.com/MLB. Good Friday night crowd on a chilly night. Jared Kelenic got a base hit to right and a stolen base last evening. Four home runs down in Arizona look good too.
Had a great spring. Really like to see him get off to a good start this year. Last night was, I thought it was important to get that hit, just get it out of the way. I also saw a lot of off-speed pitches.
He's going to see a lot more too. Gonna have to start full launch mode on some of those. Maybe getting back some fastballs. 2-2. Cooper Hummel on deck. Going the other way, and that's going to work. Kelenic out of the box hard, an easy double for him. Nicely done. Good two-strike hitting. And that's one of the things that's going to bring him a lot of success, using the entire field.
I think the main thing, too, is you mentioned the 2 strikes, but look at the location of that pitch. It is just off the outside corner, 94 miles an hour. And he's able to go the other way with it and hits it with authority. He's covering the plate.
So 1-out base runner for the Mariners. Tying run coming to the plate. Here's Cooper Hummel DHing. He's coming off a really nice spring.
Switch hitter.
Young man out of Portland. Grew up a huge Mariner fan. He went 11 for 20. Make that 11 for 40. 275 in the spring. 7 extra base hits in 21 games. Been up and down 3 times with Arizona. And he can catch, he can play first, he can play corner outfield, and he's a switch hitter, which has got service. Jerry DiPoto and company, Rhea and Justin Hollander really like that. Kelenic, good speed. He's out at second. 1-1 pitch. Backhanded by Bell. Big man will take it to the bag himself. Kelenic to third. 2 outs. He's going to bring up J.P. Crawford. Battle Hunter Gaddis, see if he can get Kelenic home. Advance to third on that ground out.
JP also with the hit last night.
What are you seeing in his form so far, based on what you saw in the spring?
I think for JP, he's at his best when he sprays the ball around. I like the fact, I mentioned his base hit yesterday. It wasn't right center, but he let the ball travel. It jammed him a little bit, but there's a lot of hits letting the ball travel, and I think that's when he's at his best.
Oh, and 2.
Talking to Scott Service about him last year. Scott said that to me. He thinks the same thing. JP got off to a great start last year. Started having some injuries, and that slowed him down.
Back injury, and he came back too soon, he said the other day, and really affected him coming down the stretch. He takes a called third strike. Mariners get a base hit, strand that runner at third. The double by Kelenic. Cleveland leads at 3-1. At the Fubo TV Mariners calendar. Saturday at 6 we'll join you. Sunday 12:30. And Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, and the Angels come to town, and then we hit the road. And the weather forecast, Mike, you'll be delighted to know Cleveland not real good. Talking to Terry Francona about that, he says, you know, we go right from winter into summer, and the winter's long. I said, well, we know all about that up here.
We do.
But he said last night, coldest he's ever been in this ballpark. Ramirez leading off. 1-1. Ramirez, Bell, and Naylor. 3, 4, and 5 coming up. Robbie trying to get his pitch count under control. JP in time to get Ramirez, who walked his first time up.
I remember a couple of years. You're in Arizona, weather's great. And I can remember going to Detroit. It snowed out a couple of days there. That's not a lot of fun. When the weather's cold, it's hard to hit.
Well, that was exactly where I was going to go, because It's one thing for football players to play in cold weather, but man, this is such a field game, such a hands game. And when and tonight, as bad as it is, what was it last year? We had a couple of games that were ridiculous. And remember a couple of years ago in Minnesota, it was what, 28 degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like the old comedy routine. How tough is it? I mean, you know, on your hands and everything, and throwing and getting loose. What's that like?
It's difficult. The main thing too is you can't help it because of what the temperatures are. You end up wearing 3 extra shirts, you know, just trying to stay warm. And in this game, you mentioned football. In this game, you know, these guys are still in the field and you're standing out there. And all of a sudden you get some snow and it's over with. You see Tracer has this out of the zone, but he chases it. Another slider.
2-1.
So the Mariners have the work cut out for him on the first trip. Cleveland and Chicago.
You betcha. In April. Summertime, that's like, oh, we got this, no problem. Yeah. But now you look at it and go, brr, before you even get on the plane. 3-1.
Whoa.
Well, that's the clubhouse leader for the longest bat throw this young season.
About makes it to the outfield grass. Big delivery, Supermo. Just can't hang on to it.
He did throw his hands now.
He did.
Right?
Yeah, that's
I
exactly
mean, how many
right.
times have you heard that from your hitting coaches over the years?
Well, 3-1. He's going to turn it loose. That's what his job is, try to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Young man from the Dallas area, influenced, as I mentioned last night, influenced by the great Nelson Cruz. Watching him play baseball, I said, this is what I want to do, not play football. Another walk by Robbie Ray. That's his 4th, and we only are in the 3rd inning. Second time he's walked Bell. Well, 1 out, 1 on. He's got to get himself out of a jam here, or keep it from getting into a jam. Here's Naylor, struck out on a 1-2 pitch. Aggressive hitter. Strike 1. Love a double play ball right about now. 0-1. Foul ball. Start of Robbie Ray's 2nd season with the Mariners. He's 0-2 here. Fouled back.
It's good to see him working ahead to a hitter. He's been behind quite a bit.
A couple of years ago at Toronto, wins the American League Cy Young Award. 13-7, led the American League in ERA and innings pitched and strikeouts with 248. 4th in strikeouts last season. Swinging and this, a much needed strikeout for Robbie Ray, his 3rd, 2 down. Second time he's Cade Naylor.
And this is the location he's been trying to hit. It doesn't really matter if it's in the middle of the plate, but he's trying to hit that top line. You can see the late swing.
Here's a guy that started it all in the 2nd inning with a base hit to center, Oscar Gonzalez. Getting to chase that. 0-1.
Another 4-seam fastball. 93 miles an hour right there towards the top of the zone.
Ball gets away from Cal and advancing to 2nd, Josh Bell. Wild pitch.
Well, pitch on the slider. You know you're going to get a workout with Robbie out there because a lot of those sliders, that's what he's trying to do, throw it at the back foot, have him swing over the top of it. Or hit the heel of his glove.
Counts at 1-1. Way inside. Game 2 of the 2023 season. Cleveland defending champions in the Central Division. I think Chicago will have something to say about that in the AL Central.
I think so. They have to stay healthy. Last year they were hurt. They did lose Abreu. That's going to hurt their lineup. They have some other talents on that team.
Abreu now with the Houston Astros. We'll see plenty of them. 2-1. In on his hands. 2-2. White Sox lost to the Astros in Houston 6-3. They beat them last night. Pedro Grifol, who was a coach here for the Mariners for a long time, the new manager of the White Sox, said he got close to 200 text messages congratulating him on his first W. 2-2. Out back.
Next pitch will be 65 working here in the third.
Yeah, not what he had in mind.
No.
2-2. All over the place. 3-2 here. Looking for a put away here. Payoff here to Gonzalez. Runner at second. Ground ball. Gino attacks this one as well. Nicely done. Ravi gets out of trouble in the third. Top of the order coming up for the Mariners. Guardians lead at 3-1. Opening week presented by Front Door, an all new home repair and maintenance app coming soon. 45 degrees here. T-Mobile Park, Seattle. Roof closed. Good Friday night crowd. Here's Julio to lead off. Fouls it back. He was behind in the count 1-2. Fouled off a pitch and then drove one to right center field for a double. And Colton Wong, a couple of pitches later, single to right to score Julio. To the shortstop Rosario. Just got him. Good hustle as per usual by Julio.
Always runs hard. By about a half a step.
Reminds me of when Ichiro in his prime, a ground ball to shortstop could be an adventure.
Well, eventually everybody had to shorten up when he was hitting.
Exactly right.
Which opened up some more holes for him because of his speed down the line.
Colton Wong with his first base hit as a Mariner and first RBI back in the first inning. Nice add to the ball club. 1-1. Colton with Milwaukee last year, 251, 15 homers, 47 runs batted in. Last night's game, well pitched by the two starters, and the thing that never came into play, I really never thought about it till I was driving home. The time of game was 2 hours and 14 minutes, and it was one of those things you want to say, were you not entertained? Well, yes, I was. It was good. Never even thought about that.
I think while those two are out there to get through the 6 innings, for both of them, it was a total of 63 minutes or something.
I had it at 67. I even wrote it down here. Yeah. Now, let's see, what's that? 72 minutes through the first 6 innings. That's pretty good. 3-2 to Colton. Solidly struck but foul. The thing I like, both pitchers, hey man, this is what I do, this is what I have. We've scouted these guys. Catchers put down a sign, let's do it. And two pitchers tonight working at a nice pace. A walk by for Colton Wong. Take a look at some stats from all around. Brought to you by Front Door. Opening day the last 2 seasons. Look at it. Last night, more hits, more steals, 21 out of 23. And the TOG, time of game, 2:45. Back some quality entertainment in that smaller time capsule as opposed to wait, no, you step off, no, you step in, you step off. I'm gonna throw over to second a couple, to first.
Well, if the rule changes, that's what they wanted, right? But we just saw, I know it's just one game, but
it's an entertainment vehicle, pal.
They want to speed things up. They want to see more offense.
Watching guys pull and tug on their uniform and scratch an itch here and there. No. I want to see the ball put in play. One to tie. Runner goes. And through the 6-hole base hit. Colton picks it up, and he'll hold right there with Kwan to play right in front of the left fielder. So the Mariners making some noise here with 1 out, 2 on.
Well tied with 3 hits last night, including the game-winning home run. It's just a cutter out over the plate. He can handle that. Anything out over the plate, he typically is going to hit hard.
Teo struck out on a 2-2 pitch. 3-1 Guardians. Off the end of the bat goes foul. Boy, caught a break right there.
Saw a lot of cutters in his first AB. He starts him off with a cutter here. Here's a look at the cutter. Right on the outside corner. Hits it right off the end of his bat. Just going to cue it down the line.
This guy is eventually going to get real hot. He had 25 home runs last year. He had some great times after being traded by Houston to Toronto. There's the 0-1. Check swing, and not happy with himself with that one.
And another cutter. It's right at the bottom of the zone.
2018 he had 22 home runs, 26 the next year. COVID year, 16 home runs, 32 home runs in the 21 season, and 25 last year. And he's a guy that posts too. He is going to play pretty much every day. All 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 with 1 out, 2 on. I'd like that one back.
That time he had a changeup right in the middle of the plate. Put him straight up in the outfield.
Got any comps? You look at Hernandez, his numbers, his profile, anybody that you played with or against?
Give it some thought.
1-2. Runners take the lead. Look out. Robbie Ray threw 3 innings, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, 3 runs on 2 hits. Run on 4 hits for the Mariners against Gaddis. He's hanging with him.
That's a battle. One of the few 4-seamers that he's seen. A lot of cutters.
Ball at 2 strikes. Gets away from Zunino. Everybody advances. A wild pitch. Mariners will take it.
They let Hernandez win the battle. McDillery Supermo on the breaking ball. Oh, the side of his glove or his forearm.
Yeah, Mike went one way and the ball, once it hit, went the opposite way. And that's how he got the heel. Terry Francona keep his infield back. 2-2 to Hernandez. The other way down the line. Foul ball.
Broke his bat. Was on another cutter. That one was right in the middle of the plate. Just a little bit late on it.
Hernandez trying to deliver here. 0 for 4 last night. For that first big knock as a Mariner. Teo, 30 years old, out of Cotuí in the Dominican Republic. A 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball.
Now fastball right in the middle of the plate.
Look at those numbers right there. The rate of runs created, well above. That pitch coming up, 2-2 pitch. Wow, another foul. Man, do you want to see him rewarded after this?
You bet. He's battling, is trying to put the ball in play. Pick up that runner.
Base hit should be able to tie it up. Again, the 2-2 to Teo. The battle continues.
11 pitches so far. Another cutter.
One more time at 2-2. Struck him out. Third strikeout for Gaddis. 2 outs here in the third.
And he eventually wins it with the cutter. Well located cutter. That's right on the outside corner. Not able to handle it. McDelivery super mode. Just trying to get a piece of it.
If Cal Raleigh can be a difference maker here.
Zunino out to the mound just to give him a break after that battle.
Colton Wong at third, Ty France at second, 2 outs. Cal Raleigh popped up to Ramirez, the third baseman, his first time. Ball 1. One 0 to Cal. And he puts a bullet into the gap. That'll tie it up. Cal Raleigh, stand up, 2-run double, ties this baby at 3-3 in the third. Boy, Cal, man, he heated that thing up.
Had a base hit last night, and there's a fastball right at the top of the zone as he barrels it up. Nice short, compact swing, and that got through the gap in a hurry.
A tie score here, third inning. Here's Gino. He goes the other way, right to Gonzalez for the third out. But the good news, Cal Raleigh with the 2-run double ties the score at 3-3. Everybody suit up for the season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up with your Mariners at MLBshop.com. We got a tie ball game here this cool Friday evening. First weekend of the regular season. Bottom third of the order coming up for Cleveland. Andres Jimenez laid down a lovely bunt in the second inning. Came around to score. 3 runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors in that frame. 1-0 from Robbie Ray. 1-1. Robbie so far 3 strikeouts, 4 walks, giving up 3 runs on 2 hits. A little bit too quick on that one. Infield pulled around to the right for Jimenez. 0 for 3 in last night's game.
And that was a better slider. able to get it to the outside corner.
Cleveland Guardians, champions, defending champions of the American League Central. Oh, that didn't go for a strike. Here's a 2-2 count now. Two pitch. A lot of his deliveries up high.
Yeah. Well, he's always trying to hit that top line. He's just been a little bit off this evening.
Three-two pitch. Lost him. Fifth walk for Robbie. Brings up Mike Zunino. He walked. There was a third walk issued by Robbie. That was back in the second inning. Mike Z, a double play candidate. Pitch under his hands, missed, ball one.
And now at this point, 74 pitches.
Yeah.
I mentioned the 5 walks. They're going to get the bullpen going.
Most walks Robbie had in a game last year was 5, and he's at that mark right now here in the 4th inning, his first start of the season. And he got away with one there. You gotta be careful. We've seen Zunino put those kinds of pitches in the upper deck. Under his hands again, missed. I mentioned Mike, 5 hits against Robbie, 4 long balls. Two and one. That time in on his fist, and Mike fouls it back. 2-2. Just tuning in, glad you've joined us. Mariners got off to 1-0 lead in the first inning. Julio led off the home first with the double, singled in by Colton Wong. See Trevor Gott, who was a member of the bullpen, heating up. 2-2 pitch. Runner holds. Zunino fouls it off. Cleveland comes back with 3 runs on 2 hits thanks to a couple of errors by the Mariners to take a 3-1 lead. And then in the third, with 2 outs, Cal Raleigh delivers with the double to right center field to tie it up. 2-2. He can use a double play ball. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Ty France, plenty of room. 1 out. He's going to bring up Miles Straw, flat out to right.
Scott would like to see a double play right here. That's going to be difficult because Straw can get down the line. The next pitch will be 80 on a cool evening.
See the 45-degree temperatures. Actually down to 44 right now. Straw, one of the faster guys in the league. Up high, ball 1. Also had a share of foul balls tonight, which has not helped.
Well, it's one of the things we were talking about with Cleveland in last night's game. They're a team that hit a lot of home runs, but they put the ball in play, and they're going to give you a battle.
21 foul balls. That's up to the minute. Two and one. Last year, Cleveland, one of the youngest teams in the American League, a 2-1. And shoots one right side, base hit. Mendes will hold at second.
Going to be a fastball, middle of the plate. Just kind of slaps it the other way. A fastball at 92 miles an hour, so his velo has gone down too. Having worked really hard just to get through these first few innings.
Cleveland was the youngest team in the American League last year, and you were talking about home runs. They were next to last. They had 127. Detroit was dead last in the American League with 110. They put the ball in play. Batting average wise, fourth in the American League behind Toronto, Boston, and Chicago. There's Kwan for the third time. Strikeout, a sac fly to this point. Runners go, double steal, throw down the back to the trailer, and out at second. Great hands by J.P. Crawford on that short hop.
I think they're going to take a look at it.
Brennan Miller, the umpire, at second.
And they are. Unless his hand comes off the base, they're going to change that. It looks like he can clearly beat it.
It shouldn't take long.
He couldn't see where his hands were at.
Yeah. Called what he saw. Definitely was blocked out from that angle.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Cleveland retains their challenge.
Double steal works. Talked about Cleveland small ball last year, 119 stolen bases, second only to Texas at 128. They find a way. Count is 1-1 to Kwan. Runners, two runners scoring position, one out. Nice play by Cal Raleigh, 2-1.
I was talking about it earlier in the game when Robbie's out there because of all the sliders that he's going to throw. You have to be ready to keep the ball in front of you. So Cal knew on his way to the ballpark he was going to get a workout, and he has.
2-1. In on the grass at first. It's Ty France. Gino on grass at third. There's strike, 2-2. Needs a big pitch here, 2-2. That pitch count is extraordinarily high for the fourth inning.
Guy looked like he was ready to go in the pen.
2-2. That area has not been good to Robbie tonight. The high fastball, top of the zone. Three and two, one out, runners at second and third.
Hit him on the back of the hand or the wrist. So he's looking at his wrist.
Says he's okay.
Foul ball. McDelivery Super Bowl rolling right back. Yeah, right off the side of his wrist. Looks like he's all right.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Wow, is that trouble? The runner at second, Straw, was flying. He scores easily. Throw to second off the glove of Wong, backed up by Ty France. Miles Straw practically ran up the back of Andres Jimenez. Man, we told you, it's one of the fastest guys we have in the league.
This is right down the line, cued off the end of the bat. Umpire right there looking at it, and it hits right on the line.
Now watch Straw coming from second. Look at this. He got the full speed quickly. Jimenez is tagging, and look, he closed the gap on him. Well, that'll do it for Robbie Ray. Not the start he was looking for, his first start of the 2023 season. We're back with more right after this. Western Washington Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by the Washington State Department of Revenue, returning forgotten money to people like you, and they do it daily. Visit claimyourcash.org. Game 2 of this 4-game season opening set, 5-3 Guardians, and Robbie Ray, a very rocky night.
Yeah, the difference, you can see it right there. We talked about the foul balls earlier. First pitch strikes are okay, but the 5 walks ended up hurting him.
Lewis Mariner in the bullpen. Trevor Gott, a veteran with days in Washington, San Francisco, and Milwaukee. 30 years old, out of Lexington, Kentucky. Signed as a free agent back the last day of November.
And throws a sinker up there. He'll be in the low 90s. Has a slider and a changeup.
And he's behind 3-0.
Missing with a little cutter on him. Went out the outside corner.
Pete Woodworth, the pitching coach, really likes him. He says great mentality, little bulldog. He's got an array of pitches. 3-0. Back with a strike. Rosario 0 for 2, fly to center, ground out to third. Broken bat the other way, trouble down the line, foul. Time now for our Beacon Plumbing call to the pen as we get a look at Trevor Gott.
Now season with the Brewers, 45 games. His average is 205 against him.
Broke in the majors back in 2015, Mike, with the Angels. 4-2 in 48 games out of the pen. His resume: Angels, Nats, Giants, Brewers. And it's second one out. High chopper, and nothing doing. Base hit. Couldn't get to it quickly enough. Kwan to third. Rosario, he reaches. Runners at the corners.
Kind of bounces straight up, and I think Cal thought he was going to get there in time, but then it hits the grass and run into each other. A strange bounce. He thought it was going to bounce back up in the air, and it just kind of flattened out on him.
Went left.
Yeah.
Wow. If he bends down, if it checks up right there, he can bend down, pick it up, and maybe have a chance. But that thing went left. There was no way. Here's Ramirez walking the ground out to short, 0 for 1. Ball 1. 6 men to the plate here in the 4th inning. Popped it up. JP. No, it'll be Gino. It's a two-hand catch.
Big out.
Oh, you know it with Ramirez. Absolutely. This will not be stealing from a toddler. Big Josh Bell, he's walked twice. He's looking to swing the bat. Walked on 4 pitches first time up in the first inning, and a 3-2 pitch. He walked in the third. Full swing mode, strike one.
Oh boy, did Cal get hit on the follow through?
Let him shake this off.
Big delivery, super mo. Also looked like he was crossed up the way he was going after that pitch.
I absolutely buy that. Two outs, runners at the corners, a couple of runs in, a 5-3 Cleveland lead. Runner goes. Pitch taken for a strike, and a stolen base standing up for Rosario. Previous play, now it doesn't look like we thought maybe, yeah, he was flinching because he got crossed up.
He got crossed up, yeah. He didn't get hit. You could tell by the way he was moving over there. He thought he was getting a breaking ball.
God has Bell. 0-2, 2 out, 2 runners in scoring position. This will do it right here. A little flip shot. Kwan drives in 2. Cleveland has a 5-3 lead. For 5-3 Guardians. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Jared Kelenic to lead things off. Kelenic, Hummel, and Crawford bottom third of the order against Hunter Gaddis.
Kelenic with a double his first time up.
What do you think of that swing that he put on to get that double?
It was unreal. The fastball that was running off the plate was probably just off the corner, and he hit a line drive out to left. Stayed on it, did a nice job.
Speed pitch. Got him in an 0-2 hole quickly. It's his only time out here. Kelenic had a 1-out double second inning. They couldn't bring him home. Third inning, Mariners get a couple of runs with 2 outs. Cal Raleigh with the double. Long reached on a walk. Ty France a base hit, and after Hernandez struck out in a long at bat, Cal Raleigh on a 1-0 pitch double to right to get a home 2. Swing and a miss. Folks do a wonderful job. Here's Cooper Hummel. Strike one. And strikeout the 4th for Hunter Gaddis. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. That walk did score. Way out in front.
Now starting to use his changeup a little bit more. Have been mostly cutters, but now he's going 4-seamers and changeups.
Hit him.
Four-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour, right on the tricep. Big delivery, super mo. Yeah, he's going to feel that one.
1 out base runner here. Nick Sandlin heating up. Last night he used Stefan Karinchak and De Los Santos. This one fouled back. Hummel a decent lead. One to JP. Took a called third strike and an 0-2 pitch to end the second inning. Got a base hit to center last night and a ground out. A walk and a run scored. 1-1. 2-1 to JP with Julio on deck. Two-one. Fly ball right field. Gonzalez coming in. 2 away.
Back to Julio. And a double his first time up. 1 for 2. Scored a run. We're in your pitching change.
So Tito chooses a young right-hander who's in the rotation because of the injury to Tristan McKenzie. He's going to leave with the lead after tomorrow on Root Sports. We'll be with you at 6 tomorrow, and then set up that second TV or laptop to watch the Kraken at 6:30. Kings at the Kraken. So a good sports Saturday evening for you from the folks at Root Sports. And that'll do it for Hunter Gaddis.
Really threw the ball well. 3 2/3, just 5 hits on the night. Big hit by Cal Raleigh to drive in a couple of runs, so 3 runs. He's also responsible for the base runner over at first.
It's Nick Sandlin taking over. Side armor, big sweeping breaking ball.
Pitched well last year. 2.25 ERA. Was hitting just 176 against him.
A double and a ground out for Julio. The double, Julio's first hit 2023 season. Colton Wong's on deck. Runner goes. And no chance as Zunino on the exchange bobbled it. Stolen base for Cooper Hummel after he was reaching base, hit by a pitch.
And you can see how big a jump he had. Puts himself in a scoring position with a couple of outs. Play.
Showed you that number earlier. Major League Baseball last night. Steals attempt for all 15 games. That's a rocket, but turns Quan around, in and out of his glove. Hummel scores, and Julio shuts it down at second. Knocks in a run. It's a 5-4 ball game. That ball blistered.
This will be his second double. Exit velo of 108. Almost a great play out in left field. It looks like he was right off his glove. Yeah, off the heel of his glove. He's been trying to make a diving play, McDelivery Supermo. That'll be a double and an RBI.
That was a great effort after he twisted and turned out there. The fact that he got glove on it, pretty good accomplishment. Julio glided into second. Colton Wong, see if he can score Julio again. Looks at strike one. Pulled it foul. Pretty typical of last year's games against the Cleveland Indians. Mariners won 6 of 7, but boy, they were some taut, tight affairs. 0-2 to Wong. Swing and a miss, pitch up and in on him, and that'll do it for the Mariners. They do pick up a run on the Julio double. His first RBI. He's 2 for 3 tonight. It's a 5-4 Cleveland lead. No better way to enjoy the action than a Mariners Flex membership. You can choose the games and seats you want all season long. Plus, save at least 10% on tickets with no fees. So come on board at mariners.com/flex. Trevor Gott continues on here. Strike one to Josh Naylor. Naylor, Gonzalez, and Jimenez, 5, 6, and 7 coming up. If the Mariners can pick up Robbie Ray. Not the outing he was looking for this evening. Ray went 3 1/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. 2-1 pitch. 2-2. Naylor's K'd twice, both times swinging.
And Trevor Gott, he is mixing it up on him.
Shoots it through the 6-hole as we check in with Angie Mentink at the Ford Sports Desk.
Guys, Mariners had a fantastic game on opening day. I'm wondering how many fans saw this catch by Hunter Renfroe in the 2-1 Angels loss to the A's. And I know that Renfroe wants to cut his feet and turn and roll his shoulder, but he doesn't do it. He takes like 3 more steps, and so all he can do is continue to cut his angle, and he makes this catch no look over his shoulder. And that's the tough thing about this point in the season. These outfielders are still sort of getting their legs underneath them on angles. We just saw the catch that Quan tried to make, and he was still heel striking as he changed direction. But really an impressive no-look catch by Hunter. It doesn't matter, just catch the ball. Doesn't matter how you do it.
As the old football coach would say, that's a good athlete.
That was an incredible catch.
Reminiscent of Kevin Mitchell into the corner of the bare hand catch, which was one of the great catches in the last 40, 50 years. Got it with his bare right hand. JP with the out there. Angie, thank you. 1 out, 1 on. That was Gonzalez popping out. Here's Jimenez. Infield hit and a walk and 2 runs scored.
Able to get the call even though it was just off the plate. He'll take it.
JP. It's good. Oh, in and out of the glove of Colton Wong. Oh, man, I thought that was the beginning of a gorgeous double play.
Take another look at it. Looks like a good throw, too. Yeah, it just goes off the heel of his glove. 3rd error for the Mariners.
E4 on the catch. 2 on. Zunino swinging a miss. Walk and run scored in the 2nd. Fouled out to Ty France in the 4th. Got him 0-2.
Staying upstairs with the fastball.
A 5-4 game here in the 5th.
Yeah, tried to climb the ladder on him. Looks a little bit too high that time. Get a double play right here.
1-2 strikes to Mike. That's hit well. Julio's at the plate on the bounce. Runners advance 90 feet. The bases are loaded.
EQC Tracer is towards the top of the line. Mike was ready for it. 93 miles an hour. Solid line drive. Three errors for the Mariners. They're going to bring the infield in.
Well, they should cut this run off. Bases loaded, 1 out. First pitch strike. Miles Straw, fly to right. Base hit to right. Stolen base and a run scored in the 4th inning. Good save by Cal. 1-1. This team's pesky
Well, that's the thing. When you have a team that puts the ball in play, which we've talked about the last 2 nights, one thing that you have to do, or you're opposing that, is catch the ball. And 3 errors tonight. And it's cost them.
It's a good play. Well done by JP and Cal. Got that run off at the plate. 6-2 put out. Retires Naylor. Everybody else moves up.
And he gets a good break on the ball, and then an accurate throw, throwing on the run back across his body. Makes it an easy play for Cal. Straw with too much speed, no chance to double him up at first.
Well, this is the guy you worry about. Quan with a double. Q shot up the left field line last time. He's a guy that can go line to line. He'll spray it around.
And he'll put it in play.
Kid out of Oregon State. Good player.
Penn Murphy getting loose in the Mariner pen.
Got in his Mariner debut. Trying to pitch himself out of a bases loaded jam here and keep this a 1-run game.
Well, quickly ahead 0-2. He can go off the plate a couple of times, see if he can get him to chase.
1-2.
Now set up off the outside corner, so that's exactly the plan. We'll see what they want to do now.
2 out and the bases loaded. The 1-2 from Gott. 2-2.
That was close. Just missing the bottom of the zone. All right, needs to make a pitch now.
Quan, the 6th man to the plate. Cal going to pay a visit. Love to get Quan. He's a tough hitter, as is Rosario and Ramirez, who follow. Rather not have traffic out there with those guys. There's Pete Woodworth, Baseball America Assistant Coach of the Year last season. Scott Service, finalist for Manager of the Year in the last 2 seasons. Guy beat him out across the diamond. Terry Francona beat him last year. 3-2. Runners will be on the giddy up right here with 2 outs. 3-2 pitch here coming to Quan. Got deals. Runners go. Fouled off.
Went with the cutter that time. Borderline on top of the zone.
This is a big out to get. Keep it a 1-run game. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Cleveland. 4 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors by the Mariners. The 3-2 pitch. Runners go. Pulled foul by Sandy Alomar Jr. First base coach Mike Sarbaugh coaches at third. There's Sandy. Good player. Daddy was a good player. I got a humongous playoff home run against Mariano Rivera years ago. There's a 3-2 pitch. Put it in play. Look at this. Here's the throw from Kelnick, cut off by Gino. Throw to second. Stephen Quan, we told you, tough hitter. Singles in 2 more. He's got 5 runs batted in. It's a 7-4 Cleveland lead.
And here you go. Ball running away from him. He just goes the other way. We've seen that a couple of times in the ball game tonight. From Quan. Scott Service going to make a pitching change.
Stephen Quan back in his neck of the woods in the Pacific Northwest, an Oregon State product. He chases Gott. Cleveland lead goes to 7-4 here in the 5th. Season opener here at T-Mobile Park, and started this time lapse video at about 3:30.
And you can see the pen is already full.
Oh yeah, that's
packed out there.
Another day, right?
Great crowd last night.
45,268. The red carpet. The intros, they were great. The kid runs around the bases. The Make-A-Wish kid.
great night.
And it was a pretty comfortable night, a little bit slightly warmer than this evening. But then you had the big knock in the 8th inning. A 3-run homer by Ty France, and that was the game winner, and that was the end of the night. Great grounds crew cleaned things up and got it ready for this evening. Right now, Mariners on the short end, still plenty of time. 7-4 lead Cleveland. They've scored twice in each of the last 2 innings. And now Penn Murphy, who Pete Woodworth calls the slider king.
He is definitely that. Fastball right around 90, and that sweeping slider.
Ed Rosario, the hitter. Rosario got an infield hit and a stolen base. He's 1 for 3. He's the 7th man to the plate here for Cleveland in the 5th inning. Runners at first and second. One. Jose Ramirez on deck. I want to get this guy. Blazers on the short end. Boy, the Kings are having a fabulous season. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball. That's going to get through. Coming around the score is Straw. RBI for Rosario. 8-4. Going to third is Quan. We'll say it again. They put it in play.
Solid base hit right back up the middle. Just watching him through the last couple of nights. Yeah, I can tell you something else. They can run.
Oh,
they have some speed on that team.
Yes, indeed. 2 hits tonight for Rosario. Here's Ramirez. Try to keep him in the yard. With a bullet. Look out. Switch hitter pop from both sides. There you go. 20+ home runs in each of his last 5 full seasons. Good player. Be careful. 0-1 pitch. Got him 0-2 now. 8th man to the plate. Mariners in search of a much needed out. Down 8-4. Runners at the corners. 0-2 to Ramirez. Back.
Penn working both sides of the plate. Fastball inside, and that one right on the outside corner.
This guy's going to hit for average too. Boy, you look at his numbers: 312, 318, 270. Dipped to 255, 292, 266, and 280 dating back to 2016. A punch shot. Cal should be able to take care of this, and he does. That is a huge out. Damage done nonetheless. 3 runs put on the board by Cleveland, and the Guardians have an 8-4 lead. Pen report, and we chose July 9 because that was the day Matt Brash joined the bullpen, and he was very effective. A lot of good performances there by those guys on that list.
Hit 98 miles an hour last night.
Nobody knows better than Jose Ramirez. There's Ty France. Nick Sandlin continues on.
I 1 for 2. Gonna line drive in the left field.
Way up front of that one. Ty, Teoscar, and Cal coming up against Sandlin. Ground ball to the shortstop, Rosario. One down. Give you an idea what the chill is like here. Maniacta got the hood on. Hey, you're going to use the equipment. Why not?
You bet.
There's Teoscar Hernandez. He struck out twice. He had an epic at bat in the third.
Look at all the pitches. It was a battle. A lot of cutters. You asked me for a comp.
What do you got?
For Teoscar. How about Ellis Burks?
Man, he was a good player.
Yeah. Really good player.
Cleveland, Boston, among others. Hit for power, hit for average, play good
Colorado.
outfield. Yeah, Colorado. Ooh, yeah, Colorado when they were raking over there in Denver. 1-2 here to Teoscar. Comeback. 2 outs. Yeah, that's be sure to relay that to him tomorrow. That's a really good comp. Good job.
Player. Really good player.
Here's Cal. So it popped up. Ellis Burks, 2-time All-Star, 18-year career. Boston, White Sox, Colorado, Giants, Cleveland, and Boston. 352 home runs, 291 career batting average, OPS career 874.
Yeah.
And that's a good player.
That's a great player.
Holy mackerel. And our dear friend Joe Castiglione, radio voice of Boston Red Sox, is one of the great guys he's ever met in baseball. There's 1-1 to Cal. Cal with a 2-run double to right in the third inning. First time up, popped out to Ramirez at third. It's 2-1 here, 2 out. Nobody on in the fifth. Ellis Burks 1 year led the league in runs scored with 142 with Colorado. What a shock. He slugged .639 that year. Definitely relay that to Teo tomorrow. 3-1. Off of the glove of Sandlin, a shortstop right there. 1-6-3 in a put out. Mariners go 1-2-3 in the fifth, down by 4. As we go top 6. And the J-Rod Squad Special section is back for 2023. This season, pick up general admission main level center field seats for any game and enjoy the good vibes as you cheer on the reigning Rookie of the Year. Get your tickets at mariners.com/JRod. Julio having a good night. A couple of doubles, an RBI, and a run scored. He's 2 for 3. And again, if you haven't read him, go read the pieces, the profile on him in GQ. Catch it online, and also the piece he wrote for the Players Tribune. There's Chris Flexen.
He will mix it up. Working out of the bullpen these days.
Valuable guy to have on the ball club. Also, the spring training team ping pong champion. First hitter is Josh Bell. Flex last year, 8-9, 3.73 ERA, 33 games, 22 starts. He logged 137 2/3 innings. Bell way out front. Bell has walked twice and hit a comebacker to Gott.
And that was a really good changeup running off the outside corner. Back to the cutter.
Our pitching staff, boy, these guys don't waste any time. Get it, throw it, let's go. Swing and a miss.
Two
Nice
really
work.
good changeups. Again, he's got 81 miles an hour. He's going to run it right off the corner and get him to chase it. Excellent pitch. Well located. Both of them.
Good start. Reflects to his season. There's Naylor, 2 strikeouts and a base hit to left. Fly ball, long run for Kelnick. Look, and he'll call off. Good job by JP to peel away quickly. Good communication, 2 down.
Nice job by Kelnick too. Give him enough time. There's outfield. They can cover some ground.
Oh yeah, that's a constant. And that's one of the things, you know, when you think about the Mariner club, you know, coming into this season. You know, Julio's got gap to gap, and anything in front of Kelnick or Teo, they do a good job coming in to get it. Communication's been good thus far. What we saw in the spring, and it continues on here. Julio and Teo communicating in sign language out there right now. Good pitch.
Going back and forth, cutter, changeup.
Oscar Gonzalez 1 for 3. The run scored in the 2nd inning after reaching on a base hit to center. 0-2 pitch. Nobody out. 2 out, 1-2 pitch from Chris Flexen. Base hit right field. These guys are very similar to the Mets last year. The Mets didn't have big power, and they did the same thing. Put the ball in play.
The time he decided to go to the 4-seam fastball. Solid base hit.
Rockies beat the Padres 4-1 tonight. Padres big, huge payroll off the tough start. Here's Jimenez. He scored 3 times. Infield hit in the 2nd, walked and scored in the 4th, reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th and scored. The bottom of the order, racking up some runs scored. He got in the 6th hole. Gonzalez has scored once, Jimenez 3 times, Zunino twice, and Straw twice. The RBIs at the top. It's a 5 RBI night for Stephen Kwan. Slow roller, Colton Wong. And he throws at Jimenez. Runner stranded. Nice work by Chris Flexen in the 6th. Let's see if the offense can get rolling. Eugenio Suarez will lead it off for the Mariners.
Lead the Mariners 8-4. Angie Mentink with you here at the Ford Sports Desk. And I think we all had the notion that if they eliminated the shift, that we wouldn't just see players trying to lift and celebrate. But the amount of balls that we are seeing sprayed all over the field already is incredible. Now, part of this could be the hitter's timing, but it's worth noting the Guardians already have let 4 of their 9 hits, or already have driven them opposite field. So really impressive. That was through 5 innings. And then we just saw Oscar Gonzalez lace a single to right field. Kwan went there a couple of times off of Straw as well. The Mariners have a couple of hits. Kelnick doubled to left. You saw that Julio went to right field. Suarez didn't get a hit, but he lined out hard to right field. And guys not pictured, Cal Raleigh doubled to center field, but for him that's like going oppo.
Hey, it's a good trend.
Exactly what they wanted.
Good
offense
trend.
out.
Smart too.
I agree.
How many times you've heard
It's what the fans wanted, you know?
How many times you've heard
It'd be good for baseball.
managers and hitting coaches say there's a lot of hits like that through the 6th hole. He pulled that one and he gets aboard. Mariners need base runners and some big knocks put some runs on the board. Gino with his second hit of this young season. He went 1 for 3 last night.
Off speed pitch, changeup down out of the zone, but he stayed with it. It's pretty good hitting right there. Head right on it.
Here's Kelenic. That's some good reacts to get the heck out of the way. JK double to left and a strikeout. One and one. Shortstop Rosario playing up the middle for Kelenic. Off speed pitch dug out by Zunino. 1 and 2. 2 and 1. Not break it. 2 and 1. Out front.
Yeah, he has a really good changeup. Morgan on the mound. Fastball got 92, and that was a changeup at 77. Gino had a base hit on a changeup. Pretty good movement.
Eli Morgan has taken over. Count runs full. Good at bat to this point by Kelenic. Three-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Second time he's K'd. First time looking. 1 out, 1 on. Eli Morgan out of Redondo Beach, California. 8th round pick of the Guardians back in 2017.
I think for Jerry to take that fastball right down the middle, he must have been thinking about that changeup.
Cooper Hummel fouls one back. Hummel in his first start as a Mariner. Grounded out the first, hit by pitch, stole second, and scored back in the 4th. Going against Eli Morgan, who went 5 and 3 last year, a 3.38 ERA in 50 games. Oh, 2.
And there's that changeup again.
That is some pitch. 2 outs.
And another changeup. EQC tracer starts right down the middle. Look how far off the plate it ends up. He really turns it over.
That's impressive. 2 outs, runner on. Here's JP. Strikeout looking and a fly to right. JP 1 for 2 last night. 1-1.
I'll tell you too, as a hitter, when you know he has a changeup like that, his 92, 93 looks more like 96, 97.
It's on you before you know it.
Yeah, you have to think about that changeup.
2-0. Oh, 2 out and runner at first. Back in the count at 2-1. JP in the 9-hole tonight, as he was last evening. 8 runs on 10 hits, no errors for Cleveland. 4, 7, and 3 for the Mariners. 2-1. 3-1. Cleveland scoring 3 in the second, 2 in the fourth, 3 more in the fifth. The Mariners are running the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Julio's had a heck of a night with a couple of doubles, a run scored, and an RBI.
Yep, he'll be up next. Find a way to get on base.
Looking for a little bingle here. 3-2, runner goes, and ball 4. So Julio got an opportunity here. Nice walk there by J.P. Crawford. You already hear the buzz in the crowd.
Yeah, a little bit surprising. I know the changeup has been a good pitch for him, but with Julio standing over there, I thought he would challenge him.
Face of the franchise, one of the faces of baseball, Julio Rodriguez. First pitch. Strike 1.
Switched it up and went to the slider.
Boy, that's a good cut. Got it back, 0-2.
Yeah, he'd like to have it back. Slider that ends up.
It was
Right
wheelhouse, right?
Yeah.
Julio 0 for 4 in last night's game. It's time. One new rules, 1 timeout per AB. Clock starts at 20. See what he comes back with. The changeup has been very good to him. That has been a very successful pitch. Mariners threaten, don't score. We go to the 7th, 8-4 Cleveland. Mariners baseball is brought to you by Alaska Airlines. From the West Coast to the world, earn and redeem miles to over 1,000 destinations with our One World Alliance members. And by Virginia Mason Franciscan Health, the Mariners' proud partner in health. Chilly night here in Seattle. Game 2 of the 2023 season. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Top 7, 8-4 lead for the Guardians. Chris Flexen, very effective in his first inning work. The 6th inning, gave up a base hit. It was harmless. He's got Mike Zunino, his first batter here in the 7th. Mike Z scored twice tonight. He's 1 for 2 with a walk.
Chris has a pretty good cutter going tonight.
Two and 1. In and out of Cal's glove. Count evens, 2-2. Mike, first round draft choice, as you well remember, with the Mariners. He and his wife Alyssa with a boy and a girl now. Time in Tampa Bay, 4 years. The Rays came over to Cleveland last year, counted 3-2. One of the good guys. And Mike Zunino is on board for the 3rd time tonight. Here's Miles Straw. He scored twice tonight. 1 for 3 tonight. Bottom of the order's done a good job getting on base, and Stephen Kwan, who's on deck, has been a one-man wrecking crew. Ties his career best 5 RBI. Two and 0.
Chris needs to get back in the strike zone.
Two-0 pitch. 3-0.
Walks and errors have hurt the Mariners tonight.
Oh, yeah. And one of the things, I mean, these games are going to happen. Come on, play 162 games. But largely, this team's going to catch the ball.
And they throw strikes. This didn't work out so far tonight.
Yeah, you bet. Just joining us, rugged night to say the least for Robbie Ray. There's a strike. Robbie 3 1/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 5 walks, and 3 strikes. It was another walk. Holy,
right down the middle.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what. Here's Kwan. Look what he did tonight. They couldn't have thrown that any better there. Look at Straw, ran up the back of Jimenez. These guys, we talked about it last night. We've mentioned it a whole bunch tonight because it's true. They put it in play. Stephen Kwan, nice little player. Hit 298 last year, 25 doubles. He had 19 steals. He had 7 triples. Proud product of Oregon State. 2 on here. Excellent. So Straw, wow, that was right in the zone. Man, oh man. Jordan Baker, home plate umpire. Right now, Chris in a rough stretch. He's 2-0 to Kwan. Kwan is 2 for 3 with 5 runs batted in. 2-0. There's a strike. Here comes a big pitch right here. 2-1.
They go cutter or change up, I think.
Two and 2. That ties his career best. Last time he did it last September at the Rangers.
He lets the ball travel, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of hits going the other way.
It's one of those things that you youngsters out there. Likes to take the out first. The runners move up. Good as a bunt. So 1 out runners at second and third. And you get to Med Rosario. He's got 2 hits and an RBI, 2 for 4 this evening.
Infield is up.
And Jose Ramirez on deck, 8-4 Cleveland. Swing and a miss.
Started him with a cutter. He chased it. Now he goes back with a 4-seamer. EQC tracer. That's 92 miles an hour off the plate.
How about this? Last night the Mariner pitchers, 4 of them, nobody walked a batter. Tonight 7 walks. Teoscar. Cam Sundry. Under at third, Zunino. Here comes Mike Z. Play at the plate. Got him. Teoscar Hernandez throws at Zunino trying to score. Jordan Baker, home plate umpire, in excellent position to watch this. He saw it all the way. Mike knew he was a dead duck. Inning over. Good tag and holding onto the ball. Cal Raleigh, nicely done. Washington's lottery. When you play, all of Washington wins. In fact, over the last 10 years, more than $1.2 billion have been contributed to education. Good crowd on hand here tonight, T-Mobile Park. And let's take a look. Revisit Teoscar Hernandez throwing out Mike Zunino at home plate.
Well, it starts with him staying behind the baseball. He times it perfectly. And this is just a perfect, look at the momentum going home. And then a perfect one-hopper that Cal's able to handle to nail him. That is just well done. That's perfect. Can't do it any better than that.
Get to string some hits together now. Get some runs on the board here. Zunino. No beef at all. 2-3-4 coming up. Here's Colton Wong against De Los Santos, who came in last night. And De Los Santos. Oh, 0-1 to Colton. 0-2. Got an RBI single first inning. Since then, a walk, a run scored, and a strikeout.
Pretty good fastball, top of the zone at 95.
Bounced up there, 1-2. De Los Santos pitched 2/3 of an inning last night. Got the last 2 outs in the 8th inning, strikeout and a flyout. Gets through Zunino, 2-2. Two pitch. Wong pops it up, foul out of play. Infield, a couple steps towards right for Colton. 2-2 pitch. De Los Santos, San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic. 27 years old. A major league record of 8-2. He's been with the Phillies, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland. Popped it up. Josh Bell takes it. 1 down. Root Sports is looking for the ultimate fan in the state of Idaho throughout this month of April, which starts tomorrow. Make sure that you send your photo and story at rootsports.com/ultimate-fan, and you could win a VIP trip for Fan Appreciation Night. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. Ty France 1 for 3. In tight on him. He got out of the way. Seen that pitch a lot.
I talked about it over the first couple of games, how he really likes the ball out over the plate, so he's not going to move out of the way. Ended up with 3 hits last night and a hit here tonight.
1-1. 3-run homer, won it last night for the Mariners. Teoscar Hernandez to follow. There we go, 1-2. Well, 2. I won, make that 3 for 4. Home run, 3 RBI last night. De Los Santos 5-0 in 50 games, 3.04 ERA last year for Cleveland. Counts run full. Here's the payoff. And a base runner here with one out for the Mariners.
And that's what they need. They need some base runners.
Make sure you stick around after the game. Mariners post-game show. It's presented by Emerald Queen Casino. Tasker with a terrific throw, a double play. A 9-9-2 double play ending the 7th for Cleveland. See if we can get a big knock here. So far tonight, a couple of strikeouts and a comebacker. Really likes his new team. It's fit in immediately. Welcome with open arms by the fellas. 1-0 pitch.
Enjoyed talking to him about his young family.
Yeah, good, really.
3 young kids.
Fine kind of guy you want on your ball club. They're doing their best to keep the ball away from him. 1-2.
And they have all night. A lot of cutters away from him.
Ball and 2 strikes. And a weak wave. He got fooled there. 2 down. 3rd time he's keyed tonight.
And he's just not picking up the ball yet early in the season, but this is not like him at all. Chasing down out of the strike zone.
2 outs, 1 on. There's Cal Raleigh. 2-run double back in the 3rd. That time to score at 3-3. It's been all Cleveland since then. Cal 1 for 3. Cleveland pitching tonight. Walk 3, 1 has scored. Mentioned 7 walks by Mariner pitching. And 2 have scored. Here's the 0-1. Oh! Right to De Los Santos in a quiet inning for the Mariners in the 7th. We go to the 8th. They trail 8-4. Giving you more baseball for less. New this season, pick up $10 center field bleacher seats every game. Seriously. Plus, enjoy the expanded $2 to $4 value menu. Features a dozen items. So see all the value options at mariners.com/value. Chris Flexen beginning his 3rd inning of work. Struck out 1, walked 2. Giving up 1 hit. He's got 3, 4, 5 coming up. Jose Ramirez, Josh Bell, Josh Naylor. Ramirez tonight. Walk, ground out, pop out, and a foul out. He's 0 for 3.
Had a double in last night's ball game.
He's one of those guys when you see a guy with his track record and he's got an 0 for going, it scares you because you know it's coming.
Another quality changeup from Chris.
Hold him at bay right now. 1-1 infield, leaning right against Jose. Switch hitter. Hit well. Teo going back, and it's at the base of the fence. Leadoff double. That's why I had that sick feeling.
Yep. He's too good a player, you know.
Doing right.
Trying to hold him down.
Yeah, center cut. That's a problem. Leadoff man's aboard here in the 8th. Cleveland up 8-4 is Josh Bell, another switch hitter. Walked twice. Comebacker to the pitcher and a strikeout. Earlier, he swung at a pitch and bat left his hand, and it almost cleared the infield dirt down the third base line. Gino vacuums that up. The runner goes, and now he's in. Gino, nobody covered third. Ramirez alert, looked up and saw it, took it.
Yeah, some mistakes have been made tonight, that's for sure.
So one out runner at third. RBI opportunity for Josh Naylor. Bring that infield up close. And that is not going to prevent them from putting number 9 on the board. Josh Naylor hard around the bases. For Ramirez, this is his inning. A double, hustled to third on a ground out to third. Scores in a little flare.
Being aggressive too. EQC Tracer will take a look at the location. That jammed him. It turns into a base hit. There's the walk home.
There's Oscar Gonzalez. 12th hit for Cleveland. 9 runs on 12 hits. Did he check? No, he didn't. As they check with Trip Gibson. Strike 1. Counts 1-1 to Gonzalez. 2-hit night for him. 2 for 4. Runs scored back in the second. Single to center, single to right. Good pitch. 1-2.
Pretty good slider that time. Hasn't thrown many of them. Mostly cutters and changeups.
Little punch shot. Teo coming on. He makes the catch. Well done.
Great play. Again, gets a great break on it. Makes up his mind early that he's going to try to make the play, and there's a sliding catch. Great concentration, too. Made a couple of nice plays tonight.
9-9-2 double play throughout. Mike Zunino trying to score from third. A fly ball off the bat on Rosario back into 7th. Here's Jimenez. Scored 3 times tonight. Got a hit, a walk, stolen base, reaching a fielder's choice, and a ground out.
Almost caught him.
It's outside. 1-1. Give me a team you guys played against that was like this. I mean, put it in play. They're not hitting the ball out of the yard.
There used to be a lot of them. Kansas City was one of them.
Give me some names from those teams.
Kevin Seitzer, one of my favorite players. He always put the ball in. A really good third baseman, too.
I believe he's still he's one of the hitting coaches with the Braves.
Sure about that.
Yeah, he's a good hitter. Again, up the middle, base hit. Naylor will shut it down right there as Julio gets it back in.
Padres used to be that way.
RBI by Naylor, a single. Now a single by Jimenez. He had Ramirez lead off with a double. He scored. And brings up Mike Zunino again.
St. Louis. Willie McGee.
Tommy Herr.
Yeah.
Ray Lankford.
Good team.
And one year Tommy Herr drove an insane amount of runs. Hardly hit any home runs. Remember that? I think that might have been that 82 team.
Good player. A lot of speed on that team too.
A wizard.
I think the only home run guy was Jack Clark.
And he was a stud those couple 3 years. Tommy Herr put up some nice numbers. That is fouling, not by much.
Oh.
Wow. And Tommy Herr in 1985 made the All-Star team, drove in 110 runs, hit 8 homers.
Wow.
And a heck of a career, 13-year career, and hit 271. All 2 strikes. Nino with a hit, walked a couple of times. Been on base 3 times tonight. 1-2. 2-2. Mike Z, the 6th man to the plate. The Mariners will have 6, 7, and 8. Suarez, Kelnick, and Hummel coming up in the home 8th. 3 hits this inning for Cleveland. That pitch outside. Count runs full, and the runners will be taking off here. Already a 3-hit inning. We 2 to Zunino. To left field, backing up Kelnick. He makes the play. Guardians get 1 on 3 hits, leave 2. We go bottom 8. Work to do for the Mariners. 9-4 Cleveland. T-Mobile Park. And coming up on Saturday, Mariner fans, Xfinity TV subscribers can now watch your favorite team on the Root Sports app. Download the app, log in using your Xfinity account, and you're all set. And for all other subscribers, check the app for a list of participating providers. Territorial restrictions apply. And here you go with the schedule coming up on Saturday. We'll be with you on Root Sports at 6 p.m. Root Sports Plus at 6:30. Get some hockey action. LA Kings playing at the Kraken. Today, Eugenio Suarez to lead off. And this is Trevor Steppen. He was in last night's game.
Tino with a base hit. He's 1 for 3.
Hooking foul. Give it a good ride.
Yep, slider that left middle in. Just out in front of it. 31 home runs for Gino last year.
The 0-2. It's a left field for Kwan. 1 out. Pitching tonight for Cleveland. Pretty doggone good.
We talked about it at the start of the series. They can pitch, and we're seeing it.
Pitch, put it in play, run.
They threw the ball well last night.
They don't hit the ball out of the ballpark with regularity. They can pick you apart. There's Kelnick. Double to left, struck out, swinging and looking. 1 for 3. Foul back.
And a good fastball to hit.
Counts it 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Long time ago, it seems Robbie Ray. He started 3 1/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts.
He had a tough time at the top of the zone.
Sure did. 2 of the 5 walks scored. Mariners went ahead 1-0 in the first. Cleveland put 3 on the board in the second. Julio tied it up with a double at 3-3. Make that Cal, beg your pardon. Cal did. And Kelnick goes down swinging. 3rd time he's K'd, 3rd consecutive time. There's 2 outs.
Yeah, chased a split off the plate. A couple of fastballs top of the zone, and then a split that runs off the plate. McDelivery Supermo.
Cooper Hummel first start. Ground out the first, hit by a pitch, stole second in the 4th, and came around to score on a Julio double. This one fouled back. 2nd time, make that 3rd time up. Struck out on an 0-2 pitch. Cleveland pitching registered 11 strikeouts thus far. Hummel 0-2.
And a couple of fastballs at 95, top of the zone. You might see a split also. There's 10 strikeouts tonight.
Here we go with the 0-2. Rack another one up as Stephan strikes out the side. 1-2-3. 9th inning coming up. For Cleveland, game 2 of this season. Twitter Tuesday is back on Root Sports. Join us every Tuesday during the Mariners broadcast, and you're going to get 5 chances to win exciting prizes just by playing trivia with us throughout the ball game. For giveaway rules, visit us at rootsports.com. The weekend, here are the pitching matchups, and Cleveland comes in with some good pitchers, as do the Mariners. Good pitching matchups right here. Savali against Gilbert, Quantrill, and Marco Gonzalez wrap up the series, and then we'll see the Guardians again next weekend in Cleveland. Well, it's been a tale of 2 pitching staffs tonight. Stephan came in to get 3 strikeouts. So
I tell people all the time, first time out for the starters, you never know. Even for veteran starters, everybody has to get their feet on the ground.
What's and take that another to expand on that. You say that because
I've seen a lot of baseball, and I've talked to a lot of pitchers, and sometimes that first time out they're either overamped, they're just not comfortable on the mound, try to do too much, just like some hitters do. And so I think the first time out, Robbie's going to get it figured out. We saw him do it last year. He'll be fine. I'm not worried about that at all, but you just never know, even from a veteran.
Miles Straw leads off 9-1-2 against Big Flex. Right at Colton Wong, 1 out. That was the 5th plate appearance for Straw, the number 9 hitter.
He's been flying around the bases.
Scored twice. He can really run. He also has a stolen base and a base hit. He's had a heck of a night. Top of the order, Quan. What a night he's had.
See if Chris can get back in the strike zone. Make him earn it.
He's aboard. third time Quan has been aboard. He's knocked in 5 runs, which ties his career best. Ahmed Rosario. Strike one.
There you go. Cut it right on the corner.
Flexen with 1 strikeout so far. That was his 3rd walk. Big tail in this game. Mariner pitching 8 walks, 4 strikeouts. Cleveland pitching 11 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. And Guardian hurlers, they've walked 3.
I think reflecting, he's had a good cutter and a good changeup. Those 2 pitches have really worked well for him.
Quan 19 stolen bases a year ago. Not a big lead. 1-2 pitch. 2-2.
I don't think anybody has left the pen tonight. The pen was full at about 3:30 this afternoon. And they're all still here.
Putting in the time. That a play? Coming out of the Mariner pen tonight after Robbie Ray got Murphy and now Flex. JP, they get the force. That's a heck of a play. Well done by JP. Gold Glove winner a few years ago.
Good footwork at second base too. Ranging over to his right, gets rid of it quickly. Make sure you get the force out.
Good footwork by JP as well. Having it go so far. Not so far to his right. Ramirez, first pitch strike, a double. Right field and scored in the 8th. Two outs and a man aboard. It's outside, 1-1. One. Flexen will take it. And that'll do it. Last stops for the Mariners. 9-1-2. JP, Julio, and Colton Wong.
And they've got some work to do. They trail by 5. Hi, friends. Angie Mentink with you here at the Ford Sports Desk. Meantime, gives us a little time to pay off the Mariner fans who've been hard at work all night cheering on the team. Use the hashtag #WhereIRoot and let us know where you're cheering on the hometown 9. Joreen is here in town from Idaho. Game 2 of opening weekend. I wonder if she's going to make all 4 here on opening weekend. And then we have this one from Leanna, enjoying the first of many this season, and that seems to be a theme with a lot of Mariner fans. A good brand of baseball, no doubt, being played here in 2023 from your Seattle Mariners. A little bit off nights defensively, but still, it's good to see the bats getting going. Hey, a reminder, it's going to be Logan Gilbert on the hill for the Mariners, making his 2023 debut. You can watch the Mariners and the Guardians Game 3 right here on Root Sports at 6 o'clock. And if you want to see the Kraken play the Kings, you can see that over on Root Sports Plus. Guys, that starts at 6:30.
All right, Angie, thank you. One of the best closers in the business, Emmanuel Clase, taking over. He's got J.P. Crawford, Julio, and Colton Wong.
A couple of fastballs at 98.
Here's what we like to call the real deal. 3 and 4 last year, 1.36 ERA, league best 42 saves. Strike 3 called. A dozen strikeouts now for the Cleveland pitching staff this evening. Class A in 77 games leading the league, 72 and 2/3 innings, 77 strikeouts, 10 walks. Gave up a batting average of 167.
That 98 is cutting too, so it's straight.
No doubt.
Julio with a couple of doubles tonight.
And Class A coming downhill in a hurry. 25 years old. Julio caught a break there. 6'2", 220. 1-1.
99. Tied him up.
Every bit. Power on against power right there. Julio, first inning double. RBI double in the 4th. 2 for 4. 1-2. He's behind here. Another strikeout. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive strikeouts by Cleveland pitching. 13 for the ball game.
If you see Tracer, every one of the pitches to Julio at 99 miles an hour, just up out of the strike zone. Tough to catch up to it when it's out of the zone. It's hard to hit in the zone.
Clase shutting down his countryman. Clase from Rio San Juan in the Dominican Republic. Here's Colton Wong. We've seen good fastballs. This is right there. This is elite.
It is. It's elite, and I think, again, it's not straight. He has a cutter at 99 miles an hour.
Good luck. Popped up, and this will put a wrap on it. Fair territory. Ramirez makes the play. A lot of hitting, putting the ball in play, and some dominant pitching by the Cleveland Guardians. Even the series at a game apiece, a 9-4 final.
Yeah, some mistakes in this one today that the Mariners will definitely clean up. Just too many walks, 3 errors against a team that puts the ball in play and can really run. Ended up costing them tonight. They tried to come back a couple different times, but then it finally got away from them.
And a lot of strikeouts racked up too. 13 by Cleveland. Mike Blowers, I'm Dave Sims. Mariners postgame starts right now with Angie. Angie, what do you have?
Guys, thanks so much. All right, so unfortunately the Mariners will not indeed win them all. We've got lots to talk about after this one. We're going to head inside the clubhouse, get reaction on this one. We'll also hear from the skipper, Scott Service, and we will make sure that you are all primed and ready for Logan Gilbert's 2023 debut. Well, Stephen Kwan, the former Oregon State Beaver, was 0 for last night, but let out his pent-up frustration, driving in 5 for the Guardians this evening, a couple hits and a sac fly.